Okay, we're going to start using a program called Adobe Dimension, which is a brand new program from Adobe. So that looks like this. You should be able to find it in your applications folder, which is a folder with the big A on it down at the bottom. Right, okay, so we're going to create a new project. What this program is for creating 3D versions of your graphics. So we're going to try and create a 3D version of your box design, your packaging design. So create a new project. And I'll go through some of the tools so you can get used to how to use this. Right, so first of all, down on the left hand side we've got a series of shapes. So most people's packaging is a regular sort of shaped box, so we're going to start with a cube just as a starting point. So we can drag that down into the middle somewhere, and that will create us our cube. Right, so the first tool we're going to use is the zoom in to fit selection. You click on that, it will zoom in onto the object we just created. That's up here on the top right. Okay, the next one is the orbit tool. So if you hold down 1 on your keyboard, you'll see the mouse pointer change. You click and drag, and you can orbit around from different camera viewpoints. Let's put that back in the middle. Okay. Next tool is the pan tool, so we can pan the camera from side to side or up and down. So we hold 2 on the keyboard, you can go up or down, left or right. Okay. Next tool is the zoom in or out, so you can hold 3 on the keyboard or the Z key and zoom in or out. I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. Okay. If you want to move your box, tools on the left, the move tool is the top one there. Now we've already got that selected, so when I click on this, if I click on one of these arrows, it will move it along that axis. If you want to more freely move it, you can use this just to move it around in space. Back down. Okay, right. The next tool is the scale tool, which is the one underneath the move tool. Click on that, you can see that the controls change, and you can scale it in different dimensions. So I'm going to try and make a box that is roughly the sort of shape that I had in mind when I did my example box net layout. It was something along those lines. Okay. Okay, so the next tool we're going to try out is the rotate tool over here on the left. You click on that, you get another set of controls, and you can rotate your box around should you need to. At any point, if you want to undo something, you can just do Command and Z to undo something that you may have done wrong, or put it back to how it was. Right, okay, so the next thing we're going to go through is how to add our graphics to this. So, on the right hand side here, we've got Place Graphic as a decal, so I'm going to click on that. I'm going to navigate to where I saved my Photoshop cropped file from earlier. Packaging design, and it's this one because it was a .psd file. So, yeah, that's the one. Just open that up, and it will put that on the box. Now, at the moment, it's not the right size. I'm just going to move it around a little bit and hold Shift to size it up and constrain the proportions so it doesn't get stretched. Not quite right. A little bit more adjustment. Needs to pull it that way a little bit. Okay, so that's more or less in position. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the object's colour. So I've clicked on the object rather than the decal. Click on that. I'm on the object again, you can see the object is highlighted. And if you go over here, you've got the decal and the box material. So clicking on the box material, going down to the base colour, click on that, change that from image to colour, and then at the moment it's black. I'm just going to try and match that up with the red that I've got. It's pretty close, I think. Yeah, so we'll go with that. That's a pretty close match. Okay, so once we've got our colour matched up, the next thing we're going to do is put a background image into this. So our box will actually be in scene. Now before we do though, I'm just going to zoom out a little bit so I can see what's going on a bit more. Okay, so on the left hand side we've got some sample images for the background. Just going to use the table one, click on that and it will put that table image into the background. Now at the moment the box is obviously floating in space, it's not matching up with where we want it in terms of the background image. It will come up with this match image box. You click OK on that. It won't get it perfectly right, but it will get it quite a bit closer. And then we'll do some matching of that. Right, so at the moment it's still floating in space. So just using the spacebar to pan, hold that down and click and drag, and we can just place that so it just feels like it's sitting in the image a bit more. Okay, once we've done that, we're just going to do a quick render preview. So the process of rendering an image is the sort of final output of that. So you click on that, there's a little preview of what your image will look like. It takes a second or two to piece that together because obviously it's dealing with a 3D object rather than just a flat image. You'll see it start to appear and it will look a little bit grainy at first, and then it will get sharper until you have an idea what it would look like. You can see as well that it's put like little shadow in there to make it look like it's actually sitting in the picture that you've used. Okay, so that looks okay. I'm going to close that and then go to the actual render section for the final render, which is up here. We'll leave the quality as low so it does it as fast as possible, and the export format is PSD 16 bits per channel. That's a Photoshop file. The export path, I'm going to leave that, it's just going to put that on my desktop and call it untitled. You can always move it and change the name of it later. And I'm going to click on render. You shouldn't get something like that, that's just because I was doing one earlier, but I'll just click OK to discard the old image. And then it will start piecing it together. Like the preview, it starts off a little grainy, and then we'll get sharper as it works it out. And hold over here on the right hand side, we've got a little sort of graphic telling you how long that's going to take. Initially it might look like it's going to take a while. It's taking 25 seconds and it's saying it's only on 5 or 6%, but what you'll find is it will jump ahead quite a lot as it moves along. And that's it. You can then go to your desktop if that's where it's saved the image and get that image printed out to add to your box designs. Once you've done that, play around with the tools, try out different shapes, different objects to put your graphics onto. You can have more than one box in one scene, so you could have different examples of your graphics if you've done like a couple of different versions like we were working on, and you can have them all in one scene. You could try it on bags, or you could wrap it around bottles, and just get used to the tools and see what we can come up with. You can see that that's saying it's almost done now, 95%. Okay, it will tell you when it's finished. Let's see, 97. You should get a little message just to tell you that it's finished. Yeah, okay, so it's finished and saved it.